Hi, Josh Carr here. I want to address something that I get questions about, and it has to do with VLOOKUPs. First off, before I do this, the VLOOKUP is just a horrible tool. Really, you should be using XLOOKUP or index match or pretty much anything else. But if you insist on using VLOOKUP, you've got to use the word false when you're using it if you're building any kind of financial model. Here's an example. So normally with a standard VLOOKUP, you have something you're looking at, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're trying to return sample answers, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So your standard VLOOKUP says, look for the number 2, that's B23, look for it in this array, B17 to C20, and when you find it, go to the second column. And so when you look for the number 2 in this first column, the answer it should find would be 4, and it is. Okay, so far so good. However, if we do the same thing over here, and we look for the number 2 in E17 to F20, and we look in the first column, and the answer is in the second column, it gives an NA, so it breaks. The reason is because, as it says here in the function arguments up here, it looks for a value in the leftmost column of the table and returns a value in the same row from the column you specify. By default, the table must be in ascending order. So when it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, it's fine. When it goes 4, 3, 2, 1, it breaks. To fix this problem, you would say, let's look for an exact match. In other words, you put in the false. And then when it looks for the 2 in B24 in this array, and the answer is in the second column, it gives the answer 4. And here, when we look for the number 2 in this array, 4, 3, 2, 1, it returns, second column, it returns the value 2. Okay, so far so good. With numbers, fine, it works. Here's where it gets really weird though. What if you do letters like A, B, C, D? If I look for the letter B, same thing, first column in H17 to I20, answer in second column, it returns a value of 4. Okay, that works. Same if you put in a false. But if I look for 3 fruits, apple, banana, cherry, ABC, and since I couldn't come up with a fruit that starts with a D, I just said drape, which I realize is not a fruit, but I didn't feel like changing it to ABCG, so apple, banana, cherry, and drape. If I look for banana, okay, it finds banana, it's sorting it, life is good, and it works either case. But here, if I change the sequence, and now it's not apple, banana, cherry, drape, it's apple, cherry, banana, drape. In other words, A, C, B, D. Here, when I look for banana, it returns the value of 5, which is wrong because that's matched with apple. And here, when I look for the word banana, it returns the value of 2. So, long story short, the problem about the ascending order is bad enough when you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, and you flip it to 4, 3, 2, 1. The fact it breaks over here, it kind of gives you a heads up, and that makes sense. I mean, it did tell you go in ascending order. But when you start doing letters like A, B, C, D, or in this case, apple, banana, cherry, drape, well, that's when it really starts to break in bizarro ways. Like here, it had the decency to just throw up an NA error to say, hey, I'm broken. Here, when you look for banana, it just gives you the value of 5 that corresponds with apple. In other words, it broke, but instead of having the decency of giving you an error, it just broke in a curious way, which is why, as I said here, we should always use falses with VLOOKUPs. And then when you look for the number 2, you get a 4. When you look for 2 here, you get a 2. When you look for B, you get a 4. When you look for banana, you get a 4. When you look for banana here, you get a 2. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go home and have myself a large bowl of drapes. With that said, if this is the kind of stuff that makes you happy, you can check out more stuff, more real estate finance stuff anyway, at kahrrealestate.com or, send me an email. Okay, awesome. Hope you enjoyed that, and I wish you luck. Bye.